Hi, this is Kari from Tone Wars. We're going to go live in just a few minutes, but before we do, I just wanted to take a few seconds to say a few things. Jared and I really appreciate when you guys tune in and interact with us when we go live. We work very hard to make sure that our live streams and our produced videos are educational and entertaining for everyone. Believe it or not, there's a lot of work that goes into our live streams and our produced videos. So if you like what you're experiencing here, here's a couple ways you can help us out. The Super Chat feature is turned on, and any amount will be appreciated. Jared is also available for private consultation for a nominal fee. You can contact Jared through two of the links below. One is through our Tone Wars Facebook page, and the other is through email. So thank you so much for your support. The live stream's about ready to start, so go pour yourself your favorite glass of whiskey or other libation, and we'll be right with you. Cheers!
Welcome to Tone Wars.
Hey everybody!
Hello.
Welcome to Tone Wars Sunday Night Edition.
It's another night.
Yeah, I'm Kari, and that is Jared.
What's happening?
We are going to start off the show tonight by smoking our drinks.
Yeah, we haven't done this in a while.
Since I'm just here for the whiskey.
As it says on your shirt.
Right.
Yeah, so let's do this. Since ladies first, right? So we'll go ahead and...
We'll put the dirty disc on my cup first. Thank you.
It's not that dirty.
It's not, I know. It gets
it's
a little
got
sticky.
Smoke stuff on it.
Yeah. So
All
this
right.
is the little smoking gun that we got on Amazon.
Yep.
It's nothing special. We don't get a discount or anything if you guys go look it up, but
Can you hold that up? Hold
yeah,
that on.
yeah.
I gotta do the honors here.
Doing the honors.
Gotta do the torching.
Yeah. So he put, you use applewood?
Yes.
Applewood chips this time. There
look at
it goes, filling up. That's all I'm gonna need.
All right. Okay, so we'll let that sit for a minute.
You can take off a little hosey poo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good to go.
So I have the smoked maple.
Yeah, you got the smoked
maple whiskey tonight. That's probably good because it already has a smoked flavor.
Okay.
Let's watch this.
Yeah.
Can you see that on there?
Maybe they can, maybe they can't. I don't know.
You're looking at the screen, and I'm like, I don't know if I can see it. I can see it here, though.
Yeah, it's awesome. It is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got plenty of stuff.
It is awesome.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me do mine now.
I was telling you earlier, a girlfriend of mine, Jen, maybe she'll be in the chat later, went to a lavender farm a couple weeks ago, and they had a you-pick day, so we went and I picked it. My daughter came with us, and we picked a bundle of fresh lavender, and then after it was, kind of getting ready to turn in the vase, I dried it upside down, and some of the buds dried and fell off. So I put those in the smoker, the dried lavender buds, and smoked them. Actually, I kind of just blew the smoke around my kitchen too because it smelled so good. It was subtle. It wasn't overly powerful or floral.
Yeah.
It was just a really nice subtle lavender scent. It was kind of cool. Little trick for you.
Little trick. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Look at that. And you have bullet tonight, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the bullet.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna say hi to some people while you're
do it.
letting that marinate.
Oh, we forgot our mix.
That's okay. It's good without
it's probably good without it. So
we have Jeff Cornell, number 1.
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff. Did he get his Soldano?
Oh yeah, he got it.
Good.
Yep, he got it.
Safely works and everything.
Oh
Great.
yeah.
We have Sean Casey. How are you doing?
Hey, Sean.
Marty 5. Hello.
45.
Darren McMillan. Hello.
What's up, Darren?
Nice. Brad Chimke says, hey, Kari and Dr. Chugs.
Dr. Chugs
Dr.
at your
Chugs.
service. What's going on, buddy?
Hey.
Cheers. Oh, yes. Cheers. Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. Nom nom.
Get a smoker.
Get a smoker.
Just get one.
Let's see. Aaron Lucas is here. He says, yo, what up, DJ Biscuits?
What's happening, Aaron? Good to
The
see you.
Chicago Todd. Hey, man.
Hey, what's going on,
It's
Todd?
been a couple of weeks. You've been driving around in your car. And...
Yeah, he's working and stuff, so good to see you here, man. I hope you're at home relaxing and just chilling out, man. That would be good.
Did I say Brad Shimke already? I think I did.
But we'll say hi to Brad again.
Yep. Let's see, who else? David Wells, greetings from Scotland. Hey, David, I remember you from last time. Christopher, hello, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. What's going on?
Daniel Lenaid Remy is the long name. Hey, Daniel.
What's going on, Daniel?
Let's see. Aaron Lucas, hope they're not streaming Tone Wars in AA. Yeah, right. Probably not a good idea. You know what, though? I was thinking... Like, because my kids are curious about the smoked like maybe iced tea. I wonder if you smoked iced tea, what that would taste like.
I mean, we smoked pizza. We smoked those ice cream balls. Remember?
Yes.
The mochi balls.
Yeah.
We smoked. Probably
iced tea would probably be really good.
Yeah. Never know, man.
Or maybe ginger ale. I wonder what like a smoked ginger ale would taste like.
That'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with anything smoked, man. It's all good.
There you go. So if you're trying to abstain, there's options for you.
There are options, yes.
Let's see. Derek Samp. Hi, man. How are you?
Hey, Derek. What's happening? I caught their show, him and Keith, today. While I was setting up the basement, I was listening to them guys. Yeah. So, yeah, I was checking them out.
Darren Moore. Hi, Darren.
Hey, Darren. What's happening? Darren was here yesterday, and we did a shootout with... the Stealth and the EVH EL34, and that's coming soon. Within a day or so, I'll have that up. And the shootouts I'm doing now, I'm not going to talk in them. I'm just going to play. Yeah. And what's great is I'm letting you guys talk.
Comments.
There's a billion comments.
I know. I went to pick out the comments for our, viewer comment section. Yeah. And I'm like, Jared, there's 54 this week. Usually there had been, it was dwindling to like
Well, it's because we were
5.
live streaming and all the comments were in there. So what's cool is, because honestly, these guys probably already know, but I'll say it again. The thing I hate doing the most about doing, like filmed and edited episodes is talking. I hate it. I suck at it when there's no audience. I'm just talking to the camera like I see it right there. But in my mind, I know there's no audience there. So I'm just sitting here and I stumble over my words. Yeah. I don't know. I think twice about everything that I say and I overthink everything. And next thing you know, I'm editing for hours, putting all my stuff together, and it just sucks. So I'd rather just play and let you guys make up your minds.
There's a couple more people. Jay Croft, what's up, man?
Hey, Jay.
Are you sitting outside in your oasis watching us on the TV tonight?
Probably.
Right. Dave Rebel is here. He's alive and well. Gunnerman54. And, Marty 5 says, you could use a little drop of that whiskey in a plastic bottle, shake it with the bottle cap on, and then light it with a lighter. Whomp. Then close the cap and you can inhale the vapor. It's just an alternative to drinking. That sounds super dangerous, man. I don't think I'm trying that.
It sounds interesting, though.
Please don't friend request my kids on Facebook.
Yeah, her daughter would try it.
Probably.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh, he says, you guys look great. By the way, great pick, Jared.
Oh, thank you.
What did you pick?
I picked the one where I was holding the amp and you were holding your boots.
Oh, yes. Oh, was I holding the boots? I saw me going my hand up, but I didn't see.
Those are your boots. Yeah, so I figured
Guess
we
what?
haven't used that one yet.
Guess what?
What?
It's August.
I know.
It's the August month.
Yep, the dog days of summer.
It's the best month.
Oh, yeah, it's because it's somebody's birthday.
Whose birthday could it be this month?
I have no idea. Whose birthday?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
I
don't know. Send your gifts to P.O. Box.
Right. That's funny. Oh, Jay said, unfortunately, the TV died on me.
Oh, yikes, man.
Yeah, well, you just can't have everything perfect. So there. That's how the cookie crumbles, Jay.
That's right. That sucks, man.
Let's see. At Tone Wars from Jeff Cordell. Was the blue channel on the EL34 5150 what you remember?
Honestly, it was better than what I remembered. Yeah, it was. So, full disclosure, I don't want to give away too much about the episode, but the first EL34 I played was on this show but we shot it in a friend of mine's studio, Paul Raymond's studio, and that blue channel on that particular amp was atrocious.
Yeah.
It was like the worst sounding channel of probably any amp I've ever played through, I've ever heard in my life. But when Darren brought his over, I started playing it, and I had my in-ears on, and I was shooting. I was sitting in this chair just shooting it as yesterday, and I was like, wait a minute. And I'm looking over, making sure it's a blue. I was like, this isn't as bad as I remember it.
Yeah.
So it was better than the one that I played. I don't know why. It just was, but I'm not saying it was awesome. It was just better than the one that I played. I don't want to give away too much, but it was different. I'll say that.
All right. Well, on the show tonight, we're going to do the slow versus EVH discussion, right?
Yes,
we're
we is.
Talk about some of your comments regarding that, because there were so many.
And my thoughts, too, on it, because I want to give my thoughts. I didn't do it in the video, again, I'd rather do it here, than I'm still talking into a camera, but I know you're here, so it's easier for me,
Yeah. And is it possible that Fight Night is going to return?
It's slightly possible.
Might just look a little different.
Yeah. We'll talk about that for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
And then just some upcoming episodes: a dial-in series for all gear.
Yep.
Right. Shootouts, tutorials, etc. Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna sing a little bit tonight.
I think so. You gonna sing?
I'm gonna sing.
You gonna sing?
Yeah. We picked an old song that we used to do.
Yeah.
Back in Rain, a band that we were in called Rain. It transitioned really well into an acoustic song. So
yeah, it did. And I brushed up on it today. I haven't played it since we did it last time. Whenever that was. That was months ago. Yep.
I see Jen's here.
Hey.
She says, "You look so cute, Kari." Thank you. She's my friend.
She's your friend. It's good to have friends.
We had our sons are on a baseball team together.
Yeah.
And they're in school together, and that's how we met. Just through our kids.
That picture that you sent me a couple weeks ago of your son and her son like leaning against the fence.
Yes.
And just watching the game.
Yeah.
That literally is like the most all-American kind of picture.
Yeah.
You know what you should do is you should get that printed in black and white and framed.
Oh, that black and white would be amazing.
It's like you know what?
Nostalgic.
Almost. Like when people ask you what's America all about, right there.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, as far as like kids just growing up and being buddies, and leaning against the fence. One's got his ball glove and his bat, and it's just so American. Like
Jen
it was just so cool.
An amazing picture. It was very similar to that one, but of her husband. Her husband coached their little league team this year, and it was of him and his son just backward, from behind, having them look off it, and it was so hard, just touching. It was a very touching. Yeah. Beautiful photos.
It's so nice when you capture those like candid moments. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it just you capture people in their element, and they don't even know they're being filmed or photographed, and it's just so natural and organic. Yeah. And it's like you can't fake that.
Yeah, I love that that's the trend now, that the photos are more candid and real life rather than posed and positioned and
exactly. Could you just lift your hand a little? No, it's like like keep it real,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sweet. All right. Let's see, what is Marty, maybe we should get Kari some Jen Mara boots. Ooh, Jen Mara, M-A-J-U. Oh, she's the Evanescence.
Jen Majura.
Majura.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Who's we, by the way? Is we you or is we him? Who's we?
Jen Majura boots, huh? Oh, we could look into those. I mean, what size are you again?
8 or 8.5.
8 or 8.5, depends.
If they're Sorels, it's 8.5, by the way.
Ah, okay. Yeah, just for conversation reasons only, right?
Right. Dave Rebell says he loves my shirt. Yeah, that's why I got it. It was just for the show. It popped up during quarantine when, you can't go to the stores. It popped up through my Facebook feed, and I'm like, I have to have that.
Yeah, that was funny. She's like, should I get this? I'm like, yeah.
Yes. Yes, you should.
That's you right there. That's
Absolutely.
you. I'll get rid of this table. You know what?
Yeah,
Can I hand this over to you?
Yeah.
Without smacking the mic.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just
all right.
Okay, right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
There.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. By the way, I wanted to let you guys know that I just spoke to Marty, the owner of Motor City Guitar, today, and so he came up with a really cool idea for the show and for you guys. We talked about it the other day. So in the description, there's a link to his store. And
Motor City, right?
Yep, Motor City Guitar. And so basically how it works is you click the link, you go in there and, shop around whatever you want to, if you're looking for new gear or even used gear, whatever, you want some good deals on gear, they carry pretty much everything. I mean, you go in there and you're just like, it's like Baskin and Robbins of gear times 10, So you go on the website, type in the search button, whatever you want, and so what happens is he'll send whatever you buy to you, and then you also get, if you're outside of the state of Michigan, you don't pay sales tax, which is awesome. A lot of stores now are charging that, like Reverb is.
They're charging sales tax?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of other dealers,
mm-hmm.
big dealers are charging sales tax. But with Marty's store, right now, as long as he's allowed to do it, there's no sales tax when you buy stuff there. So I thought that'd be really cool to let you guys know. And if you click that link, what it does is it lets him know that you're buying because you watched the program. And it keeps this really awesome kind of thing going with Motor City, where like a lot of the gear that I have on, oops, I almost dropped my pick. A lot of the gear that I have on the show when I do demos is from Motor City.
Right.
So I go there and he's let me bring like, I think one time I had like $25,000 worth of gear in my truck, and I'm driving home like I had a newborn in the car. You know what I mean?
Hopefully my insurance will cover this.
Exactly. And it was like so cool. I was so honored that he let me do that. And he does it, well, for two reasons. He does it because he loves supporting the channel, and he thinks it's a good thing for the community, and he also does it because he wants you guys to actually be able to experience some of this stuff, because not every store carries all the stuff that he carries, and it gives you guys a chance to kind of see this stuff firsthand, and I get to be honest about, like, that was the whole thing. Like, I have to remain like honest about this, and Marty's all about that as well. So he's like, yeah, just demo it. Answer questions, be honest about it. You don't have to like shill gear for me. You know what I mean? I don't need that. It's not what this is about. It's basically a simple thing where it's like, hey, check this out. Mm-hmm. What do you think of it? This is what I think of it. It's like a conversation. Like if you brought a buddy to the store, it's what you would do anyway. So that's what we're doing, except you're probably in California or even Europe or wherever. So
Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland. Yeah, so I mean, it's just a cool thing, and it just keeps things going, and it allows him to keep track of what's going on.
Do they ship internationally?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they do.
If you are in the Netherlands or Scotland, like I know two of you are, you can still buy from Motor City Guitar. Mm-hmm. And use the link every time.
But mainly they like to, U.S. is easier to ship to. But yeah, but I'll have the link in the description every time we have a show so that you guys can see that.
You can copy and paste the link and mark it as a favorite, so every time you want to go buy some gear, you can use the Tone Wars link, and that way the store will know you are there because of something that you heard on the show. And it doesn't even have to be a piece of gear that we've reviewed here. Anything that you want, anything related, whatever your heart desires.
Anything they carry, so because a lot of times what happens is like I might be demoing like a certain amp, and you guys might be like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but man, I've had my eye on this product. Mm-hmm. For a couple of months.
Or you need the accessories that go with.
Yep. So you click on the link, you shop around, you get it, and they send it to you just like any other place would, and boom, you get up one day and there it is on your doorstep, and you didn't pay sales tax on it. So that's actually a really cool thing, you know. So I just wanted to put that out there. It does help the channel because it allows us to keep doing the, hey Marty, can I get some gear to, I go in there. It's great because I get to go in there and go, what am I going to look at? What am I going to demo this week? And it's like, can I have that? And they're just like, take it home, man. First, bring it back in one piece.
Paul Smith is here.
Oh, what's up,
man.
Paul? What's happening?
Marty 5, nice, no sales tax. Now to find a friend in the U.S. outside Michigan who can send it to me in the Netherlands without import tax.
Yeah, that's the tough one, isn't it? Yeah.
And we got a super chat from Scott. Oh, Scotland. Scott Fulmer. Thank you. That's cute.
Scotland. There's Scotland and there's Scotland.
Jeff says
Thank you.
He had a great experience with Marty and Motor City Guitar. Yeah, Jeff bought the Soldano from them. And,
that's right. Yeah. And again, thank you so much, Jeff, for allowing me to use that for a few days so I could do the demo and stuff like that.
Aaron Lucas says Motor City carries a lot of boutique pedals that are really tough to find. So.
They really do. I mean, you go in there and their pedal selection is like the size of like 3 meat markets at the grocery store.
It's like going to the donut store. The old-fashioned ones, right?
Yeah. I mean, they got like all these weird pedals, and then they got the used section of pedals that you're just like, I never knew that I could find one of these, and there it is. You know, somebody sold it to them or traded it for something else, and there it is for you. You know, so
what is that saying? Someone's trash is your
one
treasure?
Man's junk is another man's treasure. That's kind of a harsh way of putting it, but yeah.
But it works out that way sometimes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really cool to be able to go in there and get all that stuff. I mean. It is. I mean, there's stuff there that I didn't even know existed myself. I go in there and I look around and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I've never seen one of those. And there it is right in front of me. So, yeah, it's really cool.
Remember that black sparkly guitar?
Yeah.
The acoustic one?
The one that you
I haven't thought about that in a while.
Yeah, you haven't.
A minute. It's probably a kiddie guitar.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Yeah. But anyway, we'll move on. Brent Nelson, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hope you're feeling all right, man.
I was going to say, isn't he who
Yeah,
you were saying
I hope you're feeling all right, dude. Thank you so much.
Sorry
good to see you
you're
here.
under the weather, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does Motor City Guitar ship to Canada?
You'll have to check with them. I definitely don't want to speak with them about all their shipping policies because I really don't know, but I think, they probably do. I don't, There
just might be a little extra duty or whatever it is. I don't know.
I definitely don't want to say, yeah, of course they do, and then I'm wrong. So you're welcome to check with them.
Dave Rebell might know, right? He's...
Well, Dave actually went and got his stuff and shipped it himself by going home with it.
He drove over.
He put on his UPS hat and just drove it home.
Bought it and drove it home.
Yeah, Dave can attest, like, he spent like 4 hours in that store when he first came here. He was just called me. He's like, dude, what the heck?
Case is here. Hello again.
Hey, what's going on, man?
All right, so now I'm going to have to work on your last name. Beckhusen. Case Beckhusen. How's that? How'd I do?
Yeah. Maybe he can, like, sound it out for you.
Fun times. Well, what do you want to do next? You want me to sing? And then we'll move on with your thoughts on the stuff.
Let's sing because I want to get that off my nervous hands.
Okay.
I love doing it, but it's just like my biggest concern with you singing is always I don't want to mess up. So I'm not Joe Acoustic player, so it's not really my forte.
That's all right.
But let's make sure your mic is good, so let's go ahead and turn your mic on.
All right, here I am.
And we're going to check my wireless.
So this song, well, let me put this down for a second. It's called Liar.
Yeah.
And I think I said in the beginning, it's from our original band, started out a long time ago, 7-8 years ago, called Rain. But the song is called Liar. I think you wrote the lyrics to this one, didn't you?
Well, both of us kind of did. I remember we sat at my kitchen table and did it.
I think, did we? Or was this one all you and you presented it to me? Because I was brand spanking new.
No, you and I wrote, I mean, I probably wrote about 70-80%, but you were there, and then we were throwing ideas, bouncing them off of each other. Yeah, I remember that.
Gravel Rock says, apparently Motor City does not give you boots to try. They do not.
But they will let you try bowling shoes. Yeah, it is a great store, though. I mean, seriously, like, honestly, Marty's a very community-oriented guy. He's very down-to-earth, community-oriented, and basically, like, he's all about, like, you know, he wants to be like a musician serving musicians. In other words, like when you work at a store, you can't be, like the corporate-y type salesman. Like I'm a salesman. He's like, well, I want people here that are just passionate about the gear, the music, and the people that play it. Yeah. That's his main kind of my spiel there. So like when you walk in, you don't got vultures hounding you. It's just like
they don't.
No, not at all.
They'll check on you every once in a while, but they don't hound you. You feel comfortable there.
Not at all. In fact,
and there's typically enough of them that you don't feel abandoned either. Like, hello, can somebody?
hello.
Yeah,
hello?
trying to give you a few $100 or $1,000 or more, and nobody there to take it. I mean, sometimes there's a line because they're a very popular place.
Is what it is, But I mean, it's funny. I'll give you a quick story before you sing, and then we'll do the singing thing. I went in there to get my. Let me mute your mic.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold it far away.
So I went in there to get my Mesa. What was it? It's the Mark 525. And I was just looking for an amp to buy. I was just like, I want some retail therapy. So I walked around, looked at some stuff, and then Bob, one of the guys there, he was just like, I was like, well, what about a Mark? He's like, dude, that's what I play. I played it for years, love it. I'm like, you got any? He's like, yeah, we got the 25 here, and I'm like, man, maybe I should just get that. And he could see the gears turning. He's like, you know what? You should probably just think about it. Go home, think about it. Maybe come back in a couple days, and if that's something that you still want, he said, it'll probably be here, no worries. And maybe it was reverse psychology. But anyways, either way,
whatever
I walked
works.
out with it. Because now it was like this comforting thing where it was like he didn't make me feel like I was wasting his time if I didn't get it. He was like, hey, man, I mean, if you want to think about it, he's like, in fact, I suggest that you do. I suggest you go home and think about it and just come back when you're ready, and it'll probably be here. No worries. I like it. It's a great amp, but everybody likes different stuff. 10 minutes later, credit card, and I came home with it, and it's definitely one of my favorite amps. So, that's kind of how they work there. So, well, let me do a couple strums here and make sure we're good.
I'm going to adjust my ears for you.
Yeah, let me turn off the room mic. Turn on your vocal mic.
Shadowy light, I'm unto all of your schemes. You're telling me there's no way out, but the truth will bring you to your knees. Liar. But the truth will bring you to your knees. Liar. You know what gets to me? Alluring illusions. And I see right through you. At night you come to me in disguise. You sell the fantasy laced with lies. And I see right through you. And I see right through you. Liar, liar, liar,
Alrighty then. Yeah, that was
There it goes.
nice. I haven't heard that in a while.
I know.
Yeah. I remember recording that in the studio. It was a completely different
Yes.
version. We started out mellow, right? And then it got heavy.
Super heavy, yep.
So we stuck with the mellow version a couple times live. I think live it turned into an acoustic moment in the band, didn't it? After a while, we were kind of like, we kind of prefer it that way. So
Yeah.
let's just keep it that way. Plus, the solo was really hard for me to play. So I was kind of like, yeah.
Hey, don't you do
yeah,
that.
the
You
acoustic
always
was better.
pick on me about complaining.
That solo about
Let's
killed me,
see.
man. That was a hard one.
Marty5 says, nice singing, Kari. All you need is a dark, ruffled ballroom dress, and you can go within temptation any day. Great. I love that band. And I did
you.
check out those two bands. I can't remember their names right now. So one started with the V. Remember we did that a couple shows ago.
Yep.
After the show, we listened to them and
we
was
actually
impressed.
Did.
Yeah.
Yep, it was good stuff. We
sure.
we sat. I think we listened for about 40 minutes. We just kind of skipped around, listened to a bunch of their songs, and it was fun.
Yep.
Thank you for the suggestion.
David Walls. Wow, Kari, didn't realize how good of a singer. You're amazing. Thank you.
Yep, she's a good one.
Oh, I appreciate that very much. Sean Casey, beautifully done. Jen, yes. I love the Gold Lions. Return to Coda. I love that. Must be regarding something else.
Oh yeah, someone was asking about IRs too. Let me go back. Yes, Marty V. Nice acoustic sound. IRs.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I honestly still haven't had a chance to load them in the Kemper yet, but I will. I promise I will. I literally have been working. I've been washing almost every day up till just a couple days ago. Things have calmed down, but I've been trying to, get stuff situated here and all the when I shoot these episodes that are coming up with the shootouts, it takes hours. So it's okay. Anyways, I will get to it. I will put them in there because I really do want to try them out. I'm very curious about them.
Brand Chimke says, damn, Kari. Sace, thank you for the compliment. Nice voice. Christopher loved it. The Chicago Todd says, Joe Acoustic sounds pretty damn good.
Joe Acoustic?
Right. You're not Joe Acoustic, because that's what you said.
Yeah, I'm really not. It's not my thing, but so when I started playing, I didn't start on acoustic guitars. I started on electric, so I have a stiff wrist. I'm not Mr. Strummy chords guy.
Will you first? You have to do something for me. Not right now, but for maybe the next episode. I don't think any of them have heard your Spanish style solos. Will you pull one of those out and?
I'll see if I can find a spot in a song where probably on What was that one song? I'll solo out both songs, like The Quickening and The Quest.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that where they're at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Quest has one of them. I have to brush up on that one.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yes.
Something like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He says he's not. Do you consider that acoustic playing, or is that?
Well, it's, I mean, I think acoustic is, all the strummy stuff, where that is more, I was going for like the nylon strung guitar kind of Spanish stuff.
Spanish style.
Yes.
I love it.
Senorita, come here. I have something for you.
I wasn't thinking that type of Spanish. I was thinking more like Rico Suave.
Oh, Rico Suave.
What's his name? Ricky Martin or
Juan Pablo.
Juan Pablo. There you go. Juan Pablo. That'll work. The other one's a little scary.
Yeah.
Let's see. Marty 5, you can try the Spanish acoustic IRs on that song.
Oh, yeah. I will definitely give that a shot. Yeah. You're right. I will. I'll load those in and get those going, because I definitely want to try those out big time. Yeah.
I was just going back up to before we sang and reading to see what I had missed. Say says Beekhausen. Beekhuizen, maybe.
Beekhuizen.
All right, we'll see if that's better.
Yeah.
And how to say
close?
his name. And then they were just talking about Motor City and how Brent and Brad back everything up.
Oh, thanks, guys, for doing that. I mean, that's what we want. We want testimonials too, from people. If you shop there, tell people, just tell them what your experience is like, and it really is. It's cool. One of the things, I've said this before, Marty's been in business for 30 some years now, and he's met a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
He's picked some pretty famous people up at the airport that have done clinics at his store, and spent time with them, and brought them back to their hotel room afterwards and talked to them quite a bit. So he's got stories for days, and he's met Eddie Van Halen, because his friend Dave Friedman Amplification, they grew up together. And Dave Friedman is all the
He's the silver-haired guy, right?
Yeah, all the guys that play all the big stars. I mean, they all love Dave, because he's either built their pedal board, biased their tubes on their amps, worked on their amps, sold them an amp, endorsed an amp with them, whatever. So they're all very, very familiar with him. So Marty, because of that, gets to hang out with a lot of these guys. That's how he met Eddie Van Halen. So when you go to the store, and if Marty's up at the counter and somebody mentions something, it'll
spark
a memory in Marty's head, and then he'll kind of tell the story, and everybody.
Dude, you get the two of them together, because this one.
So we're all at the counter. We don't even care about our purchase anymore. Everybody puts their credit cards down.
Is like.
It's like milk and cookies time with Marty. All these grown ass men.
That would be an awesome little weekend gig. Milk and cookies with Marty.
I should have Marty on and do milk and cookies with Marty and just talk to him about some stories.
Marty, what do you think if you're watching in the background?
Milk and cookies with Marty. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be awesome. You know what? If enough of you guys say so, I'll show him the comments, and we can have Marty on, and you guys can meet Marty and ask him questions. And I'm telling you, it's awesome. When we, I've been there so many.
Maybe he has stage fright though. Maybe he would hate that.
Oh no, he'll love it. Trust me. So I just think it's cool because, like I said, you go in there and it's all these grown men. Literally turn into children. It's almost like you look around and everybody's sitting Indian style and being good. Tell us more, Marty.
Crisscross applesauce.
After this is Duck Duck Goose, right? It's kind of cool.
We got a couple super chats. Return Dakota, thank you, and Gunnerman54.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
And Gunnerman, I'll get that. I think I got to send him a preset from the other night. I got to send that out to him. It's just been crazy, but I'll get that out to you.
Brent Nelson says, I think you mean flamenco guitar.
Oh yeah, flamenco.
And then Marty 5 says flamenco guitar. It's more about rhythm anyway, to get those ladies dancing, he says, stylishly. I would love to do that. I used to love to watch Dancing with the Stars. Man, I would love nothing more than to find a dude that would be willing to spin me around the dance floor, and that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
I feel like as you age, men appreciate that more. I know everybody likes to watch women dance and whatever, but like to be a dance partner, I feel like the younger guys are a little embarrassed or kind of think it's a corny.
Yeah, and then once you get older, it's kind of like you look. I think it takes a maturity level where it's like, it's not like the typical thing where like, you know, the club dancing where everybody's just, you know, it's like grinding on each other, where it's more like you get to present. That's really what it is. You're presenting your lady to everyone like, hey, look what I came in with. Here she is, everyone. Yeah, that's my girl right there. And it's respectful and it's mature and it's like,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and everybody gets to see the relationship you have because it's like this. It is a relationship, you know. I mean,
for sure. There's the lead and a follow and a
and a respect and like a presentation, and there's rhythm. There's you know there's melody. All of it's there, and you could tell like if couples like there's no stiffness there. They're just really rhythmic with each other. Yeah. And it's like they love each other. You can tell.
Let's see. Gravel Rock says, "Where's the Ozzy impression? Did you work on an Ozzy impression this week?" You still sound like Rocky Balboa.
Oh, that's Rocky. This is Rocky. Ozzy. No, I'm sorry, dude. I completely forgot. I mean, it's really all you got to do Ozzy.
Just mumble.
Just mumble and use a mumble in a.
You got to get a little more of the gravelly Sharon. I don't know where my slippers are.
I'm sorry, man. I completely forgot.
I need a drink of water. I don't know. How's that? Was that a decent Ozzy impression?
There's no accent, though. You got an accent.
Let's see. Brent Nelson wants to know, how'd you get the purple light in your stealth? Ooh, what a good question.
Yes, you know, and some people asked, like, if I could do a tutorial on this, and I got something else coming that I can possibly do that on, and it was really easy, and I want to thank Steve Evan from Gravel Rocks. So I said, I wanted to pimp it, and then he sent me like, because I was like, you know, but I don't want to have to plug in the lights, and he sent me a message. He said, you know, you can get battery operated lights. I'm like, who'd have thunk, right? So he sent me the link, and then he got his before I got mine, and he put them in, and he sent me pictures and stuff, and showed a video real quick on how it looked afterwards, and I was like, I can't wait to get my lights. So I got them. It literally took me like 10 minutes, and I was done.
It looks great. And he's got a remote. You can change the color.
Yeah, exactly. I can change the colors on it and all that. I mean, I can...
I bet you if you turned off one of these lights, you'd see it better.
Yeah, you'd see it better if I did that, but...
if you put your guitar neck down, you'd see it better, too.
Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. Just got to find the spot where there we go.
It's red.
So now it's red. It's hard to tell in here, though. I mean, I can look at it, and it's like crazy, but it's the room. Now it's green.
Oh, that shows up.
Yeah, I'll just leave it green. So, yeah, so you got all different kinds of colors. You got orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, all kinds of stuff. So.
Hey, Aunt Debbie. She just joined us.
What's going on?
He says, I told you he, my bad. She says, hey guys, looking good.
Looking
good.
Thank you.
Gravel Rock says, I'll send you a Jim Brewer clip doing Ozzy.
Yeah, see, that's what my inspiration was. That's what he sounds like when he does it. It's so funny though. No, you gotta watch Jim Brewer do it.
Okay. Christopher says that's a killer mod. Badass.
Thank you. I actually put it in my Kraken several months ago.
Yeah, I can see
that
the
light's
purple.
on. Yeah, you can see that. I love light. I must have been a fish in a past life. I love lights. Blinking lights, they just do something to me.
I don't think so, because I hate live fish.
No, that's right.
I love watching them in aquariums, and well, you know, I love going to when they have shark exhibits and stuff.
Yeah, you love Shark Week
all about
every year
Shark
too.
Week on Discovery Channel, but like swimming with them.
She can't take it. They all like her. They follow her around.
I know. I've got like a fish
thing.
Aphrodisiac scent in my skin. I don't know. If you're a fisherman, just have me come with you.
Yeah. Just put her on a hook and
dip my toe in the water and the fish will come.
Next thing you'll know, you'll be on that crab show, like Deadliest Catch.
I'm crabbing for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're a fish, because... Well, maybe you were a fish.
Maybe I was. Who knows?
Sharon. Scott. Chicago Todd says, did the Victory always have the lights, or did you add those as well?
I added those a while back.
Question answered. Sorry.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, the trick is don't put the lights in the back like I did, because they're not as bright. Put them up front, and they shoot up, and you can see like you can see the light strip back there.
Can you fix it? Can you move them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can move it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to put them up front. I just got to find a way to get that front panel off, which I know you can. It's just a matter of figuring it out. So I'll get that panel off. Well, it was put on, so somehow it's got to come off. So
yeah, but is it going to go back on the same way?
Yeah, it will.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep, I'll figure it out.
All right.
Yep. So we'll do that. But yeah, the lights just, they really, I mean, especially in a darker room, the amp just looks so sinister with the lights in there. And you know what's cool is on the EVH especially, you can see the tubes. So they have the caps on them, the I don't know, chrome or aluminum.
It kind of looks like a
city. It looks like a city in there.
It looks like scientific tubes.
No, it looks like a city. Like you got skyscrapers and different buildings, and it kind of looks like that, you know, and it just looks really cool. So, I don't know. Just one of those things, you know. It's like an adult version of a snow globe. You know?
Let me shake it up, see what happens.
Yeah, oh, no. No shaky the tubies.
Mike Jacob says Kari's part mermaid. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're
it's
part
like
mermaid. Yeah,
mermaid
like
nails.
Yep.
Oh, you guys can't see them.
They can't see them. She's got mermaid nails. Trust me.
Just trust right.
She's got them.
If you want to see them, I'll run up there.
You can run up there.
No, I'm
not
going
to stop you.
Nobody cares about my nails. There's 32 people that we can see right now.
Well, I think it's more. It's up and down. There's people coming in and out. But well, let's get started on the Soldano versus.
Do you want me to do the comments, or do you want to just do your opinions?
I'll do my opinions, I guess, and then we'll do the comments. How's that? Let me look at the view count on that video. Marty5
says, I believe that on the Victory, all the inside has to come out first, then place the lights.
Ah.
That might be a little scary.
Well, I got them in the back, so I just wrapped them around the back. But in the front, if I could pull this panel off somehow, I could put them right around the front. And that's really where you want them. Because in the EVH, they're right around the front. They're lined up all the way around the top, sides, and bottom. And then I shot the cable out the back to go to the battery pack. So that's basically how I did it. But I'll have to take a look at that. You might be right. I haven't really looked into that.
Yeah. Paul Smith says, Kari, you sound awesome. Great tune. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate that, Paul.
Yeah. Paul, you're awesome. Yeah, so, all right. So, the Soldano versus EVH Stealth episode, the reason why I did that was because they're priced very far apart, you know. And one is like a classic version of what high gain was considered back then, you know, about 30 years ago, and one is like a modern version of like the high gain stuff. And you know, I just wanted to see how they would compare. It's like kind of like if you know, the new Camaros, when they started making those, and they made them after the '69 Camaro. And it's nice to, I used to own one, so I know this. It's nice to put them right next to each other and go, how close are they? You know what I mean? And like, how does this one handle compared to that one? And what are the upgrades? And how is it different? And do you still like the classic? And or would you buy the newer one? So it's just kind of cool to compare them. So, and I know that the Soldano that Jeff was gracious enough to let me use for the episode is the new version of it, but it's basically in the same spirit as the other one. They didn't really modernize it. It's the same amp. You know, it's a reissue. So, all right, so I wanted to do that, and I've reviewed them both live separately, and I thought they were both performed very well, and I enjoyed playing through them. So I wanted to see like what the gain structure was between them. Like one, they're both considered high gain, but again from two different eras. So it was amazing to me especially when I had them side by side, how much more gain is in the EVH. You know, I mean, and that's not a better or worse or whatever. It's just it is. You know, so depending on what you're looking for, you'll like one over the other. You know, so but the thing is like the high gain amp kind of gain structure now is just so different than what it was 30 years ago. I mean, a lot of these high gain amps are almost starting off where the other ones kind of maxed out at, you know, as far as gain goes. It's crazy how much more gain these things have. So if you're looking for like really like crazy amounts of gain, well, the EVH is probably going to be the one that you want. But if you love that classic kind of gain structure and that sound, well, then you probably want, I mean, the EVH could probably do that, but I mean, but if you really want like the legit thing that we all grew up on so many albums that we listen to, and it's like ingrained into us, then the Soldano's probably more for you. So it really depends on what you want. And I've learned out of doing shootouts and all that kind of stuff over the last couple of years is like, you know, what I think is relevant to me and maybe people that think like me or play like me, but at the end of the day, everybody likes their things for whatever the reason they like them, you know, and for me to say one's better than the other is kind of wrong. It's best for me to just go, well, I like this one better for what I do and for my taste, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is better. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I like strawberry better than raspberry ice cream, but that doesn't mean that, okay, well, it's official now. Strawberry's better than red. You know, it's like, well, that's just what I like, you know, so... anyways, I mean, if you're looking for something that's very value-oriented and has the features that you want, like let's say you're going to go on tour or on stage and play a lot of local shows, and you want something that has switching capability with, let's say, your Helix or your HX Stomp, HX Effects, or any other, you know, digital platform that you use for effects and switching, the EVH does have the MIDI, and it has 3 channels, and they're all independent, and they're all usable. All 3 channels. You don't have to, you know, sacrifice anything to use those channels independent of each other. They're all good. They have concentric knobs. I mean, you know, everything's like super flexible and usable on that amp. So, and it's extreme, like crazy amounts of gain, and I thought it was fantastic. You know, it performed very well, held its own, but if you want that classic kind of thing where you're just like, you're looking at like the 69 Camaro and you're just looking at it going, yeah, but look at that thing, you know? I mean, you start it up and it's got the vinyl seats and you get in and, oh yeah, that classic car smell, you know what I mean? And it's just like the engine rumbles and it's just, you know, and you're like, that's what I want. I don't mind when I pull up to the gas station. I actually have to pull up further and pull back my license plate to put the gas thing. Yeah. You remember that? Yeah. I don't mind that it doesn't handle so well because it's just, I want this car, you know, and there's a relationship with it. And so then you would want the Soldano, you know, I mean, that's the kind of thing. I mean, and as long as you're happy in whatever it is that you have, that's at the end of the day what really matters, because you're the one that's got to play it. You're the one that's got to pay for it. You're the one that's got to cart it around. So you better be happy with it, you know. So did they live up to the hype? Well, it depends on what you expected out of that, you know. So that's really what it comes down to. Jeff's really happy with his amp, and I'm happy for him, you know. I mean, I thought they performed very well, and you know, out of respect, the Soldano, is it held up to, you know, I thought with the EVH, as far as like how it sounded and performed in the mixes, I mean, it wasn't like I was like, oh, I played the same songs on them. So it's not like I was like, oh, I just can't do this song with this amp. No, it performed fine. It just comes down to what would you rather have if you were playing those songs or songs like those, you know? So it's really what it comes down to. And it's really one of the best built amps on the market. You know, the Soldano. I mean, the thing's built like a tank. It could fall out of a plane. You could plop it on top of a cabinet, and it'll most likely work. You know, they're just built. So if you're
really
a little
accident prone, maybe that's the one for you.
There you go. Yeah, if you bump into things a lot, you know.
Jeff Cornell says the blue channel on the 5150 was similar to the OD on this low.
Yeah. So like the gain structure was crazy. Yeah. I mean, the blue channel on that EVH was sick. It was so good.
Steve Shaheen says, even if you don't talk on the shootouts, the Axe Effects fanboys will still find you. He said he loves the new Fight Night format.
Ah, cool. Thanks, man.
The Chicago Todd says, I thought the Soldano sounded darker, maybe more bass. To me, the stealth was a little, and I'll get harpooned for saying this, fizzy. Both amps sounded amazing. The stealth clearly great value.
Yeah. Thanks for commenting, dude. No, it's the thing. Like they all got their own thing. I would say that the stealth had a rounder top end. Okay, I'll give it that. And one of the reasons for that, I think, is I've never compared it to the original, like the one built 30 years ago, but I've heard some demos of those, and they were like really sharp. I was like, whoa, it could have been settings, it could have been mic placement, whatever. But the one thing I like about the new one is they added the depth knob that kind of made up for that, and they added that warmth and that fullness that everybody likes. So that could be it, because back then it was just a feature, it was an option. Now it just comes with it. So that could have been it. I don't know. But the EVH definitely has, it's a more modern gain structure, and the top end of it, I think out of all the EVHs, the top end of the Stealth is really the best. It's got the most tame, but it does have a nice kind of attack to it. So again, depends on what you want,
Jeff Cornell says, as Arnold would recommend, put a OD in front and push it. So
yes, put the OD in there and stomp on it very hard, and then it sounds amazing. That's all you have to do, Maria. Just put it in there and step on it and hit your big chuggy chugs, and off to the races you go.
Return Dakota says, just my opinion, but I'm not a huge fan of the EVH. The Soldano sounds nice, but I would take a Bogner Ecstasy over both. The Ecstasy is probably the next amp I get.
There you go. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why, and I'm so glad that we're having this conversation right now, because that's why I love doing these demos and I'm not talking anymore. Yeah. It's just like, I love hearing your guys' thoughts, because really at the end of the day, who gives a crap what I think? I mean, seriously, who cares? I'm just one person. I want to hear all your voices. That's what really matters.
Well, they want to hear what you have to say, or they wouldn't be here.
Well, that's what Sunday nights are for.
Yeah.
I'll give my stupid opinions on Sunday nights and let you guys have all the fun, doing all that on there. And I have coming up the EVH EL34 versus the Stealth.
Yeah.
I already shot it yesterday, so I just have to edit it and upload it, and I ain't talking in that either.
I ain't talking. Goodness gracious, man.
Girl, I ain't talking. You guys get to listen to it and have fun.
I won't be doing any commentary.
Yes. I won't be talking.
Mule Blues says Warren Haynes from Government Mules Soldano, something you have to experience live.
Yeah. Well, a friend of mine just posted a picture.
I need fan.
You need a fan?
I need more fan.
You need more fan?
I'm dying.
Well, okay. Well, I'll get that for you in a second.
Should I scoot over? Maybe get more.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect spot. Now my EVH is framed perfectly. So yeah, a friend of mine just posted something in one of the amps groups, a picture of it, or tagged me in a post or something. Somebody had a Soldano modded. Yeah. Yep, they paid a bunch of money to have a Soldano modded, which I thought was crazy, because it's like, man, you spend that much on an amp and you're going to pay more to have it modded. Like, okay. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, some people got money that they can kick around.
I guess, man. Holy cow. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You
want to do viewer comments?
Yeah. Excuse me. Let's do viewer comments.
All right.
I got a fan right in the mouth.
Get to my screenshots. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what has happened over the last week.
Oh, wait. Brad Shimke says, have Marty on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll talk to Marty and see if he'll do it. We'll have what did I call it? Milk and cookies with Marty?
Milk and cookies with Marty.
I think that would be funny. We'll even have milk and cookies.
It would be wonderful. Of course, we won't have dairy milk for me. That would be awful.
Because that episode would last about 5 minutes.
I know. We'll get some coconut milk for Kari. and some gluten-free cookies.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't sound like any fun at all.
You are no fun.
Just have to have whiskey. How about whiskey and beef jerky?
Whiskey
with
and
Marty?
wafers.
Wafers.
Whiskey and beef jerky with Marty.
Yeah. We'll all walk away with heartburn.
Yeah, exactly.
Little acid reflux. All right, so this comment is about your I closed it. It's about nothing. Gonna scroll back. There. It's about your stealth and the Soldano. So
Okay.
It's from Quest Live. Do you have a boost on these? My slow, not 2020 channel 1 with gain at noon does not have nearly as much gain as in this video. Either way, they both sound great, but when bringing in the price, I'd have to go with EVH.
Okay, yes, I did have a boost on them, and I got some questions in a couple Facebook groups and on the channel about the signal chain,
Yeah.
and I apologize for not putting that up. Sometimes I forget things, and so but I did go back and put in the signal chain and whether or not I used a boost and stuff like that. So yeah, everything was boosted. So and as far as and that's the thing, and that's one of the other reasons why I did the shootout, was because there's guys that love the Soldano, but they're like, I just can't afford one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the EVH was just a great option for them. They're like, hey, you know what? That EVH performed very well right next to it. It's affordable, and I don't really feel like I'm losing, I'll settle for the EVH. They were like, I'd totally buy it, and they did. A lot of EVHs got sold off of that episode. So EVH, if you're watching, Eddie, you owe me some freaking money, dude.
Or maybe an appearance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like he'll come on this show. I don't think so.
So this comment, same episode from Mike Morrison. There really sounds like there's a bit of a difference in recording between the two for the naked clips. The stereo image seems panned wider for the EVH. Both amps sound great, but that can really skew the results.
I don't do any of that. I mean, I literally leave the mics in the same exact spot. Mm-hmm. It's right across from me behind the monitor is where that cabinet is, and it's holy ground. Nobody goes near that cabinet.
No touching.
No touchy, no looky, no nothing.
Looky. What is that about?
Don't even look at it.
7 feet?
It's got to be 10 feet away
10
from
feet?
me. Yeah, I mean...
It's 8 feet.
Well, okay, it's 8 feet. Anyways, so no one can even look at it. It's just, I don't want anybody touching the mics. And I literally take one cabinet, or take one amp off the table and put the next one on, set it up, make sure the levels are good. I got the meter. We're looking at the meter right there. You can see it, right?
Yep.
So, everything is legit as it can be. There's no pre or post processing done to anything, because when I record, I'm playing and the tracks and the guitar are on the same track. Mm-hmm. So when it records on the software, I use the same software that we stream with. Instead of stream, I hit record. It's all on one track. So there's no way I can be like, ooh, I'm going to elevate this, or so if I did the stereo imaging on that amp, I would do the stereo imaging on the whole track, because it's all on the same track. Yeah. I can't adjust the volume of the guitar or the drums or the bass. It's all one track. So I can't do that, but I'm glad I'm able to address that, so that if there are other people who thought that way, trust me, there isn't.
I feel like people that frequent the channel and our normal subscribers
they
and
know.
Stuff, they know.
Yeah.
It's just kind of people that stumble across it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
but I find out.
Yeah, I have no reason to do any of that stuff anyway, because nobody's sending me a check going, hey man, I'll make it rain if you make my stuff sound good. I already own a pressure washing business. I do pretty well for myself. I don't need all that, and you guys mean more to me than those little checks would, because I want you guys to come back and have a place to hang out and get the truth. You know what I mean? So I don't want to sacrifice my reputation so that I can grease the wheels for somebody to sell stuff. I don't care. That's up to them. Mm-hmm. It's to me, if somebody said that to me and I'd say, the first thing I'd say to them is like, well, first of all, you're shady. Secondly, if you really want to sell more stuff, why don't you make a product that's worth buying? How about that? You know what I mean? Like, has anybody ever said that to you? Or did they just take your money and put it in their pocket and go, yeah, sure. What else do you want me to do? I'm not wrong guy. I'll literally tell them, make a better product. I mean, if you want to sell more stuff, make something that's worth buying.
And on that note, our next comment, same episode, from Tone19632.
Yes.
He says, great video. I just picked up the EVH Stealth 50 watt and traded in my original 6L6 50 watt literally yesterday.
Wow.
I love the improvement they've made on the 50s. The crunch channel on the Stealth is to die for. Just killer.
It's so good. It is.
I still have my 1989 Soldano X88R. A great amp, which I will never get rid of. Like you said, though, a lot have changed since 30 years ago. If you don't mind me asking, where do you have the resonance knob set at on the Stealth? By the way, it might be worthwhile to check the bias on your Stealth. Mine was set a little cold at 56 MA or 28 MA per tube. I spoke to Howard Kaplan, Fender engineer, on the EVH amps. He said factory bias should be at 60 MA or 30 MA per tube. Although if you're happy with the sound you're getting from your amp right now, then it's all good. Thanks.
No, thanks for commenting. I appreciate the kind words, and I'm glad that you liked the video. Thank you so much. Yeah. And yeah, that blue channel is so good you can pour gravy on it and sop it up with a biscuit.
That's where the biscuits come from.
No, it's
sop it up with a biscuit.
Sop it up with a biscuit. No, it's so good. That blue channel is ridiculous. And there's a lot of guys that say I could use this for a lead channel because there's plenty of gain on it, but there's not so much that you're like, oh, there's too much saturation. You can literally turn the gain all the way up on that channel and it's still tight. So that's what I did. I paid for it. I'll take it all, and I love the saturation, but again, it's still tight. So, excuse me.
It's a little bit of that heartburn.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So I didn't take my heartburn medicine today. But the resonance knob was at like 3:00. I love a full fat, like ridiculously punchy full amp. So that's what I like. I like curvy guitar sound. That makes sense.
All right, this is the last comment on this video, and I got a couple more after that.
All right.
This is from I'm Selling One. He says, please, Jared, retire those first 3 songs. I hear them in every video. You slay them, but it's getting old. Sorry if I sound rude. I do like your vids.
Well, thank you very much for commenting, and I'm glad that you like the videos. Just so you know, I appreciate the comment. I really do. I'm not butthurt about it at all. I'm
butthurt about it. He's not, but I am.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I'm sick of them too. I want to retire those songs and then have them come back here and there on episodes as like, hey, let's bring one of this one back for this song or whatever. And I don't mind that at all. I mean, every time I play them, in my head, I'm rolling my eyes like, yeah, here we go again. I can already see the comments like, that again? It's like, Meatloaf again?
I like Meatloaf.
I do too, but 7 days a week. So basically, the process with me is I have 2 new songs right now that I'm writing a solo for. And I'm learning how to play one in particular called Armageddon. I can't even play it yet. It's Armageddon on my hands. Like, it's Armageddon on my nerves. So it is a very difficult song to play, and it takes me a while I have to find time to, number 1, record it. Number 2, structure it before I record it. Number 3, learn how to play it so that I can present it on the show properly. Number 4, I got to write a solo for it. And it costs money. Like every time I go to the studio to do any of these mixes that you guys hear on the show, I pay anywhere from $250 to $500 or $700 for a session, depending on how many songs or mixes that I come out of the studio with. So it really depends. And the studio I go to is an hour away, and it's a very busy studio. So it's like, there's a lot that goes into it. So like, even if I recorded a song and structured it today, it would probably be 3 to 4 weeks before you guys hear it, because again, I have to write the solo, and it's not like it takes me a month to write a solo, but I do have a pressure washing business, and it's summer.
Well, it's your busy season.
Yeah, so it's like I don't just sit around and play guitar all day.
But I would like to say to I'm Selling One, you could send us like a $400 super chat, and that would get you a new song.
There you go. Don't mess with Mama Bear. Well, the thing is like, it does cost money, you know. I mean, and I understand, I understand where people come from when it's like, oh, again, but you know, there's a lot of, and I won't name these people because I don't want to call them out or whatever, but because I totally get where they're coming from. There's people I watch too that are way bigger than we are, and they play the same riff. One guy in particular plays the same riff every time he demos an amp. Every single time it's the same riff.
They're your tire kicking riffs, though. You talk about that all the time. And one other thing. Sorry, I'm still going.
Okay. I'll shut up.
We can't do covers. You can't just pick anything and, and play it. So it's got to be our originals or just original riffs that and like you have a message that you're trying to convey. And yes, it would be nice to hear some new songs, but your message is still being conveyed with the amazing songs that you've already written.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, I appreciate that. And there's a consistency with the riffs, so people are familiar with them. And I honestly think, I'll give I guess what do you call it? Ambiguous shout out to the guys that do this on YouTube that are way bigger than what we're doing. Sure. But I get why they do it, and I've seen them answer the same question. Like, you play the same riffs all the time, and it's like, yeah, of course I do. They're the same riffs I play when I legit check out an amp in a store. When I plug in, I'm like, I'm looking for things. I'm kicking the tires. Those are my tire kicking riffs. And if that amp doesn't respond to those riffs, I don't buy it. Either that or it's like, well, I have to turn some knobs and make it do that.
Yeah.
And it keeps things consistent. But here's the thing, and I think I talked to you about this earlier. We have a whole CD of songs that you guys have never heard from Rain. It's got, 11 songs or something on that CD? I'm going to take those songs that we worked very hard on, and I'm going to turn those into songs for the channel. I'll just condense them and pick my favorite parts of the songs and use them.
I think Liar was on that album.
Oh, so you're trying to get me to play that solo again?
Oh yeah, you make me sing the quest. So
well, it was nice working with you. No, so like I'll take those songs and condense them for the show, so I get to, because there's a lot of solos I really loved playing and I worked really hard on, and now I get to do it again. So I will bring those songs into the channel, and you guys get to enjoy them with me. So
all right, we got a couple more. We got to keep moving here.
Yeah.
Scott Peters, he says, I used to have a Slow back in the early 90s. It was a loud amp. Sounded terrible until you got the master up around halfway. Then everything smoothed out. But by then, you were blowing windows out and killing small animals. I want to see you shoot this out against the Synergy module and see how close they are. At $4,000, I doubt I will ever own another one.
Well, they're expensive. They're very expensive amps. And back, there was a time when amps were made so that they sounded best loud, because that's the only way you could play them on the stage, is because they weren't mic'd. It was like, I hope your amp's loud enough, because we're not, back then it wasn't even a conversation. They did not mic amps at a lot of places. So, and that kind of thing stayed with amplifiers for many years. Well, now you got lunchbox amps, and people put them on top of their cab, and they mic the cab, and then you could play a stadium with it. You literally can, because people use in-ears. Aww. So it's like all that stuff really, really changed everything. So amps back then were made to sound good when you cranked them, and they didn't sound good at lower volumes. I play at home, literally here, like upstairs, at TV volume. I literally do, just above TV volume, and I get a great sound out of all the amps that I own. I got no problem with it.
I just bounced back over to the live comments. Aunt Debbie, thank you very much. She sent a super chat, and
thank you.
That was freaking awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's see, Marty 5, someone who can pressure wash a concrete truck from oblivion. I trust. Paul Smith says, I thought the Soldano was smoking, but man, the price.
Yeah, that's another reason why I did the episode, is because there's a lot of guys who, like, man, I wish I could afford that. And it's like, well, here's a great alternative for you. It doesn't sound exactly the same, but you can buy the EVH Stealth if you can't afford the Soldano, and play it with pride. And again, it's not one of those, you know, when you go to school and you're a little kid and our parents can't afford like the cool tennis shoes, but we got these. Shoes. Yeah, they look kind of like the Nikes or whatever, but they're not. It's got a swish, not a swoosh, you know. So it's like, you know, but that's not what the EVH is. The EVH is basically a legit, awesome freaking amp. So, and again, it's the Stealth, which is, I think, the best one they've ever made, you know, and. What is it, $12.99? I mean, geez, it's so affordable for what you get, you know?
Jason Taylor says, hey, Jared and Kari, got here late, but here nonetheless. What about the slow versus synergy comparison for those who like the Soldano tone, but don't have a Soldano budget? He says, I still love my Sin, but curious.
No, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And for the question, I mean, so I will do that episode. I just got to get my hands on another slow because I didn't want to keep Jeff waiting for his. Yeah. You know what I mean? I literally did not want, I mean, he spent a lot of money on it, and I did not want to overstay my welcome with having it here and be that guy. So I have another friend, Rob from Eva Under Fire. So he's got the slow 30, which from what I hear, and I actually played it, he had it at my house, like a week or so ago. We hung out for the day and it sounded just like it. So I'll just have that over here and we'll shoot him out, you know. In fact, we got to have a hang with Eva Under Fire soon. He mentioned that to me. He's like, so I'll get together and hang out. So we will. Plus Chris, the other guitar player, he wants to play the EVH. So
Gunnerman54 says, I like your same riffs. Sometimes I play along.
Ah, dude, thanks, man.
Chicago Todd says, whenever I try a guitar or amp, I gravitate to some consistent riffs. Totally makes sense to me.
Yeah, it does. Like, tire kicking riffs are so important. Like, you know, I mean, every time I get on stage, every time I try out an amp, every time I try out a guitar, it's literally the same stuff. And so it's kind of like this, like if you buy a car, right, and you take it for a ride, where are you going to go? You're going to go somewhere familiar, you know? Yeah. I mean, you're not going to take it somewhere unfamiliar to try it out because you're too busy navigating as opposed to just driving and checking out the car. You're not distracted with, wait a minute, where, do I turn here? Do I, you know, you just drive familiar places. You know where all the potholes are. You know where you got to, you know, and so now you can concentrate on the car and how it handles as opposed to where the hell am I? So that's why I do it, you know.
I have one last comment, and then I was going to, remember I went through the 54, 56 comments and tallied up who liked what better.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We'll say that. So this one's from Brett Shaver, and I think he was in our chat room tonight. He says, loved this amp so much. This was about the Soldano. He said, I had to watch this again. This is such a beast. It's been and always will be the stuff legends are made of. Damn, dude. So freaking brutal. And your playing is always impeccable.
Oh, thank you.
Those solos are mind-blowing. And your riffage, dude, you're just a monster guitarist.
I just dripped condensation from my glass into my guitar.
I must admit that I've copped quite a few licks, and you just inspire me in my own playing so much. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you, man.
He says, you've helped me purchase some of the best gear I've ever had without getting all caught up in the hype of new gear mania.
Oh, man.
There's nothing more disappointing than buying a new piece of gear only to find out it doesn't measure up. Thank you for an honest, unbiased demo review of all the gear you share with us. Keep doing the good stuff.
Keep doing the good stuff.
Keep doing the good
That's a sign off for everything. It's great. You're welcome, buddy. I appreciate that, and thank you so much for the kind words. And that was from the, I think the review itself. I had a great time with the Soldano. I really did. And that's the thing that I want to say about it, too, is like, without the Soldano, there wouldn't be an EVH. There wouldn't be all these other amplifiers that we play through now, because that was the amp that basically killed all of the amps that was back then 30 years ago. I mean, that thing came out and everyone was like, well, all right, you know, I mean, I thought I had a really cool Marshall or this or that, and they played through that and they were like, you got to be kidding me, this is possible? And they're like, yeah, this is possible. So that was the springboard that launched so many other awesome amplifiers, you know. So you have to give respect to that thing, because again, without it, I'm not kidding you, there wouldn't have been a 5150, because the 5150 was what Eddie was like, I love the Soldano. I think it's amazing. I don't know why he didn't end up going with it. Maybe he wanted to have his own kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know the story behind that. But that was part of what was in his brain when he was designing the 5150. The Soldano was part of the DNA in his head as far as the tone is concerned. So there's just been so many albums and so many shows that we've all attended back then and listened to that had that sound on it. So I have to give mad props to that amp for what it's done for the music industry and for gear. So
Darren Moore says, if the amp doesn't sound good playing the riff too, you really got me, then it probably sucks.
No, you're right, man.
Darren Moore has great taste in music.
He does, man. Is that what Darren's?
That was Darren.
Yeah, seriously, that's like one of the best riffs to try out an amp to. I wish I could play it on the show, but it would get flagged immediately. That one and Feel Your Love Tonight, which I thought Darren was here. I'm like, can you play that? He knows every Van Halen song backwards and forwards.
I was thinking of The Lion King. Not The Lion King.
The Lion King. Oh, no, not that one. No, not that one. No. Feel Your Love Tonight by Van Halen. No, it's a completely different song. And probably about other things, too. It's not so sweet. But the riffs on that song are amazing, and that's a really good tire-kicking kind of riff song to try out an amp to as well.
They're talking about the Kemper profiles in the said mix. Chicago Todd says, or if you don't have the funds for a slow, get a Kemper and a slow profile. The slow profiles from LRS is very good.
Oh, Live Ready Sound, yeah.
Yep. Paul says he has to agree. And Jason Taylor says, check out the Soldano Kemper profiles from Sin Mix. I bought a few from different places and felt these sounded the best to me.
Wow. And by the way, speaking of Kemper profiles, I have a pack coming out of the Soldano very soon.
Yee-hoo.
Yep, I have a pack of the 100 and the 30, and I'm going to put them all together for you. Yeah, so I when Rob was here with his 30.
Super close to you, like you're going to bop me in the nose when
I'll try not to.
Is that driving you nuts?
Yeah, it's my see this little ball here? It keeps getting loose on me.
Drop it down.
Well, then it feels weird. So anyways, Rob brought his 30 watt over, and I made profiles for him. And I was like, hey, would you mind if I put these in a pack for my website? He goes, no, go ahead. I don't care. So I'll have the 30 and the 50. And the mics I used were the Sennheiser 421 and the Shure SM57. And when he was here, he was like, I haven't found any profiles that I'm happy with yet. And I said, well, let's profile it for you while you're here. And let's make sure you're happy with them. And we profiled it. And he literally was like, I will take this on tour with me now. So they're Ava Under Fire. If you haven't checked them out, look them up on Facebook. They just signed a major record deal not too long ago, and they're still, because of COVID and all that, they're not touring because everybody else isn't. But they're working on everything really hard. They were posting pictures today. They're working on a video shoot. So they're getting everything ready. So when they blow up,
their page because I don't see it. I don't see the stuff.
Oh, I see it every day. I mean, they're going to blow up next year. You watch. It was supposed to be this year, but because of COVID, it didn't happen. But keep your eye on Ava Under Fire. They're going to be huge next year. They're going to be a huge band.
I just was looking at my notes. I forgot. I tallied up the comments between the EVH and the Soldano. So according to the comments of his demo, the no talking demo, the people that commented, 10 of them liked the EVH better than the Soldano, and 1 liked the Soldano better than the EVH.
Oh, than the EVH. Okay, so that was based on people that actually said which one they preferred, but not everybody that commented. So it really depends. So I think a lot of people, it really depends, because a lot of people might have had pricing in mind, because there's people that are like, well, the price, I can't afford it, so I prefer the EVH because of price or its features, or they just liked it better because of the sound. Who knows? You know what I mean? Yeah. But again, I think they both perform very well, and I have to give mad props to the Soldano for being such a great inspiration for all of the amp makers out there to go. I mean, if you're an amp maker and you're building an amp for rock, metal, whatever, you have to admit that Soldano's part of the DNA of your amp. It's just like if you're a guitar player, you have to admit that Eddie Van Halen is one of your influences. I mean, you just do. It's like as somebody that doesn't list him, it's like you left somebody out. Oh, Eddie Van Halen. Well, of course. I mean, he's influenced everybody, you know? So it's just one of those things. So I have to give it mad props. And I was honored to play through it. It was actually a lot of fun to play through. So
yeah. We have a couple super chats here that we got to acknowledge.
Oh.
Gray Thrasher
Hey,
says,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the super chat, and Jay Croft as well.
Thank you.
He says, hello, guys. It's actually not 1,000 degrees here in North Mississippi.
Oh.
Cold beer in hand, just joined in. And my birthday was last Friday. Well, happy birthday. Happy late birthday.
Yeah, you should sing happy birthday to him. You like to sing so much. You want that mic or this one?
Put me on the spot.
Yeah.
You turd. Sven says, greetings from Germany.
Hey.
Good to see you, lovely people.
What's going on, buddy? Good to see you here.
Let's see, Scott Fulmer. Whenever you play Love, please let us in. Whenever you play Love, please let us in. Oh.
I'm trying to find that. Where is it?
Right here. Whenever you play Love. Ooh. No. Please let us in. Oh, please let us know down here.
Oh,
would love to see you live.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Sorry. 2 lines there.
Yeah, she had to find the correction.
The rest of it.
Absolutely. Like, if we ever do a show live, we
thought maybe we would stream.
We would probably stream it, but even if we didn't, we would definitely let you guys know. So that, because, man, meeting any of you would be amazing. So
especially after COVID.
I know.
We've all been shut up in our houses and not really going to venues.
Yeah. So we would, if we ever did go anywhere, we would let you guys know for sure, so that we can meet you guys. We would love to.
I did, Jay. I'm getting there. For his super chat, he would like you to do Arnold tried to write a new riff on the spot for Tone Wars. Oh. And before you do that, can you give me the pen that's over there? Because I got to write something down.
I don't see a pen.
It should be behind your... I threw it behind there.
You did. Oh, no? I don't...
No? In there? Do you have a pen over there?
I don't think there's a pen over here.
Well, nuts. Okay,
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know how I am, with words these days? You mofo asked me what my favorite bands or artists are, and every band that I've ever liked in my entire life is gonna blow out of my... I can't think of words.
That's the thing. Same thing with me. Like, hey, do you know anything by so? Or it's like, you know any good jokes? It's like, well, right before you said that, I knew 3,000 of them, but I can't think of one now. So, yeah. But before I do the Arnold thing, you have to sing Happy Birthday to somebody.
Oh, you're such a poop.
Yep. Come on now.
It's the whole hey, can you sing me? You're a singer? Hey, can you sing me something?
But it's Happy Birthday. People sing it at restaurants. Come on.
Whose
birthday is it again?
Gray Thrasher.
Gray Thrasher. So
I was trying to just blow right over that.
Not me.
Just bringing it back.
I'll just sit back and enjoy.
You have to sing with me.
No.
You're singing with me.
I will ruin it.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Sing into the mic.
I hate you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kari sings Happy Birthday. We'll probably get demonetized for it.
Why are you doing this to me?
Just do it. Come on.
All right, here goes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I hate you so much. Happy birthday, dear Gray. Happy birthday to you. You're paying for that one later, man. Paying for that one later.
And she didn't say she hated you, she hated me, just so you know. What a thing to say. Happy birthday to you, I hate you. Gee. That was directed towards me, just so everybody knows. And it will be redirected towards me later. Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
Yes, happy birthday, Gray.
Tone Wars style.
Yeah, you said your birthday was last Friday, so your birthday was still in July. He's not in August, baby.
Yeah.
Mine's August 21st.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming up.
So what do I have to do for Jay now?
Hey, I'm still talking about my birthday. Oh. You made me sing a song, so.
All right. Pardon me.
You have to write a new riff on the spot for Tone Wars as Arnold.
As Arnold. All right. See, I get put on the spot every week, and I handle it like a champ.
Yeah, but that's because it's your thing.
Oh, okay.
And the Chicago Todd said, that's for me. I want my $5. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, so Arnold writes a riff for Tone Wars. Okay. Okay, I have to write a riff now. I have to do it. The song is called Get to the Chopper. Okay, so... Chopper. That sounds very good. I like it. It sounds very huge, right? The big sound of the guitar.
I'm not interacting with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're still mad. Maria's mad at me now. I made her sing Happy Birthday, so she's all upset. I'll sing a song about that. Screw the chopper. I'm not getting to the chopper. I'm going to sing a song about how Maria's mad at me now, and I think it's hilarious. Okay. Maria's mad at me. And she hates my guts. And I don't care.
Because you owe me $5.
Because I owe her $5. Okay, here we go. Maria's mad at me. And I don't care. Maria's mad at me. And I owe her $5.
Great hair.
Here's the solo for it. There's my song. I wrote it for Tone Wars about Maria being mad at me and I don't care. It's amazing.
You're a giant turd.
There you go. And I'm a giant turd. Well, if you're gonna be a turd, be a big one. Don't be a little sissy girly turd. Right. Be a huge stinky one.
Well, I'm gonna answer you, mofo. And I'm going to miss a few. Feel free to jump in and tell me the name of the bands that I like.
Oh, okay. Do it.
I see it's gone now. Within Temptation has been a huge influence more recently. I was just introduced to them several years ago, but I absolutely love them. And so when I grew up, I came from a super strict independent Baptist family, and I wasn't allowed to listen to rock music at all. Yep. It was like church hymns, classical music, and show tunes kind of thing. So I do have influences like, I can see their faces, but Whitney Houston was one of them that I absolutely enjoyed her voice growing up, and Celine Dion. And I know they're not metal, but still, for a singer, I think those are some of the big influences that I had. I loved The Sound of Music and Judy, not Judy Garland,
Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews, yeah. But those things from my past. But then, I heard like Alice Cooper when I got out of my parents' house, and I loved the song Poison.
That was a good song. That was a great album. That was one of his best ones.
Oh my gosh, there's music out there like this.
Yeah.
And it felt good and wonderful, and I love stuff like that. But I obviously love Evanescence. Amy Lee has been a big influence on my style, and I might be older than she is, but she has a bigger voice, a bigger audience. I'm trying to remember the one that's also similar to Within Temptation that I really love. It's maybe I have a screenshot of it somewhere because I know my brain does this to me.
Well, I know. Well, let me fill in the blanks. I guess, like you asked. I know you liked. Was it Garbage?
I did. Yeah,
Shirley
Garbage? Manson's voice to me. I know she's not a powerhouse, but she has a very nice mid-rangey, and she was super popular in the 90s. And I feel like my voice is pretty mid-rangey, and she gave me some, credibility or some strength or whatever to be like, okay, even though your voice is right in the middle, you can still do great things with it. He has stretched my range since being in projects with him. So I do have a bigger range now, but
you have a bigger range than you think,
Yeah.
And you like No Doubt.
I do.
I know
Gwen
you like
Stefani
them quite a bit.
and No Doubt, absolutely. She has great stage presence. I love watching her live.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's that one more that it's like maybe it's somebody's putting it in there.
I can't remember the name. There was another band that you really dug for, you still dig. I can't remember the name of it now, though.
They're all over. It's another European band.
Yeah. Well, to me, that's a lot of the best music.
Yeah.
Is the stuff that comes overseas. Is like,
What's the band with the K? The dude singer we went
Camelot.
Camelot.
Yeah.
I love Camelot.
Love Camelot. They're awesome. And we love Circus Maximus, too.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, Michael's a great singer. Michael Erickson.
Yeah, there's a broad range of artists that influence me, that I like. I'm not just a metalhead.
No.
I probably have come into that more in the last 8 years.
You probably listen to more country than you do anything else, don't you? Do you think that's...
Only because my kids are there in the car, and it's, usually safe. But
you like country.
I do like country music. Yeah,
I
wouldn't say it influenced how I sing, but I do. It kind of influences maybe how I write the lyrics. I do like the stories and...
That's probably my favorite thing about country music is the stories.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big story person. Like most of the songwriting that I do is story oriented. So
I do kind of want to just be myself, though. Everybody has influences, but then you just want to be yourself. And
well, the thing that I noticed that since we're writing new material lately, the thing that I've noticed that you like to do is you like that siren-y kind of.
Yeah.
You like doing the stuff where you vamp over things, and there's like a mood that will lay down, and then you'll kind of come in there and spin your vocal web over top of it all, and you change your vowels all the time. You'll morph them into each other, and that's something I've never heard anybody do but you. So
I got a thing.
Yeah, you got a thing. It's hard. Like for another vocalist, they have to change their vowels with you, but when you do it yourself,
when somebody's harmonizing with me, it can be.
Yeah, but the thing is though, is that's your thing. It's what you do, and the thing I've learned is as musicians, our flaws are actually what separate us from everybody else. They really are. So you can't really let people come to you and say you need to fix that. It's like, why? That's my thing. Like why am I fixing this? It doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to be appreciated.
Yeah.
Literally. So I'm just telling you guys right now. If you're whatever you do, sing, play drums, guitar, whatever, your flaws are literally your signatures. That's what separates you from the rest of the world. Because if you're going to conform and be like everybody else and fix your flaws, well, how are you going to stand out? Yeah. Your flaws are your greatest achievement. That's what makes you you. And don't let people call them flaws. They're misnaming them. They're not flaws. They're your character. That's why you're you. You know what I mean? So don't let people say you need to fix that or you need to hone that in. No, screw that, man. That's my signature. So from now on, embrace...
That's why I'm still here.
Exactly. Embrace your stuff. Embrace what makes you unique. Because, again, that's what makes you you. I don't fix... and some of the best guitar players that I look up to when I see interviews, people are like... what are your strengths and weaknesses, and what do you do about your weaknesses, and they say, I ignore them. What do you mean? Why would I want to fix that stuff?
Yeah.
I'm unique for what my strengths and my weaknesses are. That's what makes me who I am, and my strengths are there for a reason. I concentrate on those, not my weaknesses. I just let them be whatever they are. Yeah. So, and I concentrate on what I'm good at and try to make that even better. So...
Let's see. J. Croft, excellent.
Deep Thoughts by Jared.
Chicago Todd says this bit may have been better than any discussion on slow versus stealth. I think when you were doing the Arnold and the Maria song. Jason Taylor says this isn't Turd Wars.
Turd Wars.
Brad Chimke wants me to check out Architect's album Holy Hell.
Yeah, they got some good stuff too.
I'm going to screenshot that right now so don't forget. Jay Croft says he's not really a country fan, but he likes some Carrie Underwood. Yeah, and she has a great story too. Coming from humble roots and One American Idol, and then frickin' blew up into the atmosphere. Her career went bananas, and
she proved that she deserved to be there. Because a lot of times... that plaque that we earned or that degree that we earned can get us in the door, but who we are says whether or not we're going to stay there. And she definitely said who she was, and she's still there. So there you have it,
Marty 5 says music is a language. Everyone has their own accent. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually a good way to put it too, Marty. Yeah, it really is. I mean, because that's what it is.
What was the girl we opened up for her? She's from here. Amanda
Somerville. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
I just became more familiar with her in the last 5 to 7 years. But
she was a sweetheart, too.
do you remember the name of her new project? She's got
Oh.
like 4 or 5 powerhouse women singers, and
Yeah. Look her up. Amanda Somerville.
Yeah.
She is like, she's a total, very, very sweet, very nice lady. She, in fact, when we opened up for her, she actually emailed me and she was like, "Hey, I'm Amanda. Really looking forward to meeting you. Looking forward to working with you guys. It's going to be a fun night. Blah blah blah." And she's like, "I only come back to the States about once or twice a year to do these shows," and it was just really cool how she reached out to us. No one has ever done that, and she's a big deal. Like, so she came and did this thing, and she was pregnant.
Yes,
she was preggers. She showed up, and she definitely, you could tell. I mean, she wasn't like full on, but you could tell. And I've never seen a woman work a stage or a fan with her hair the way that she did.
Yes, I'm looking her up
She had hair down to here. And she had it all kind of bound up when she showed up. But when she got on stage, she let it all down. And she had these 2 fans, like, facing her in specific directions. And when she sang, the fans captured her hair. And her hair had their...
around.
Well, like, her hair had its own thing going on. It was like her backup dancers.
Oh, actually, I think somebody was mentioning Arion. Somervillians, in case you missed it, in his guessing game, I will be featured on the Somervillian on the new Arion album, Transitus. So you can look her up on Facebook. She's got long blonde hair.
Amazing.
I'm just looking for her project with the women.
Yeah, and she's beautiful too. Beautiful woman.
Yeah.
She's great voice, really down to earth.
Exit Eden.
Yeah.
That was.
Yep.
Exit Eden was, so check them out. Definitely some great singers.
Yeah.
I should go through and look at my liked pages, and then I might be able to name the rest of the bands that I'm into.
Yeah.
Let's see. I gotta go back to the live chat. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. So, Arion, where to go? Who suggested Arion? Brad Shimke. Yep. Insanely good female singers. And then Jay Croft says, we're talking about Kari Underwood. Her single Southbound is a guilty pleasure for me. It's funny when that plays on Spotify playlist and Testament comes on right after that.
That's got to be interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, we're caught up.
Yeah. So what was the next topic? Fight night.
Fight night.
Right? So, all right, so before I get to that, fight nights.
Fight nights.
Gonna take everyone on. I'm gonna do some new episodes. I'm gonna do a lot of episodes where I just do amp shootouts or gear shootouts, and I'm not gonna talk. I just come down here, play to the tracks, edit it, label everything, take pictures of the settings, put them on there, and let you guys decide and keep my stupid voice off of it so you guys can make up your own mind. And the thing is, a lot of times that's what people want. Like, stop, just shut up and play. Shut up and play your stupid guitar. Put it up there and I just want to hear this. So I'm just going to do that. And then Sunday nights we can talk about, like, we can do a recap of it or whatever. And you just get right to the point. It's like, here we go. This is that, and I'll do like gain settings. I'll do like whatever, channel for channel, all that stuff, mixes. I'll do it all. And what's cool is it keeps it easy for me. That's one of the biggest reasons why, for the longest time, I stopped doing produced videos, because I got sick and tired of scripting everything and like saying everything perfectly and all this stuff. And it was like, and then editing that. Can you imagine editing 37 takes of one sentence and making sure that you got the right one? And at the end of it, you're like, oh, wait, no, this was the best take. And then you got to go find where it was and put that. It's just a nightmare. So this way, it's hard enough for me to play the songs properly. Then I got to talk about everything afterwards and remember everything. So anyway, so I'm going to do that with stuff. I'm going to do some dial-in series with amps, because one of the first amp I'm going to do in that series is the Mark V, because that amp is a bit of a mystery for a lot of people. A lot of people, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but there's a lot of people that don't know how to dial that amp in, or they're intimidated by it. They're like, what's this? I got treble, mid, bass, and then I got this other EQ thing. Like, what do I use that for? Is that optional? Because on the amp it is. You can turn it on and off, which I think is weird. But a lot of guys don't really know where to start with that amp. And I've actually had people say to me after I reviewed it, they're like, how did you get that thing to sound that good? Like, it's like, well, I use the EQ, and a lot of people just don't realize like how important all those little things are and how powerful each slider on that EQ is. I mean, you move that thing 1/4 of an inch and it's like a whole different amp, So I want to do a dial-in series on amps, and even like, the Helix, the Pod Go, stuff like that, where we can just go over like the Kemper, all that stuff, like just simple, basic things that I think a lot of people overlook,
Sven would like to know, can I pay for your Kemper profiles with PayPal?
Oh, yeah, you can.
On the website, right?
Yes, thank you. Yeah. You just go up to my website, tonewars.com, and pick out whatever profile pack you want, and we do accept PayPal. And the Mark V profile pack has directs, and it has a ton of other profiles. There's like 80 some profiles in there, but here's the reason why there's so many is so you have 2 channels. You have the clean channel, which is channel 1, and it's got clean and fat clean mode, and then it also has a crunch mode. And then you have channel 2, which is the high gain channel, but it also has Mark IV mode. It has the Mark II C+, and it has the extreme mode. So I had to profile it and all that stuff, and then do the directs the same way. So there's an avalanche of profiles in there. I think that would be a great value to you right there. It's like $35, but I'm telling you, you're going to get so much with that. And I'm profiling this bad boy this week. So you're going to get EVH profiles, and I already did a tester profile of it, and it sounds absolutely phenomenal. So I got the mic set up on Sacred Ground over there, and it's going to sound killer. The mics I'm using are the 421 and the SM57 combined on a Mesa 212 cab with vintage 30s. And I'm telling you, you're going to love the EVH profiles. And I'll do directs on that as well.
I'm over on, what is this called? Oh, why is my brain not working tonight? Pandora.
I don't know.
Trying to find the name of that other band that I absolutely love. Sometimes they play it on my Camelot radio station, or it's driving me crazy. I seriously, you guys, being in your mid-40s is the worst. It's a thing. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, you lose your mind sometimes, right?
Just words.
Yeah.
Like, I know the concepts. I can see the singers' faces in my head, but I cannot produce a freaking name.
Yeah, sorry.
It's awful. I know.
We'll come back to it.
Luckily, I talked to somebody about it, and they were like, it comes back one day.
Yeah.
One day, you're just...
You'll be smart
breezing through conversations like there's no tomorrow, and you can recall things and words, and... I started getting bad when I couldn't remember boxers. Remember? I was like, it's men's underwear that are loose. And I could not produce the name boxers. Like, I've got the concept of what it is, but the word is... She's a female singer, and she has brown hair, and she's from Europe.
And she wears boxers.
There's 50 of them, Kari. Thank you.
That's funny.
It's so frustrating sometimes. Super frustrating.
Yeah. It happens to all of us.
Sven says the Mark V is one of the best amps I've ever played through.
Oh, it is. It's such a versatile amp. It's one of the best lead tones you'll ever have, too. And I'm telling you, you'll love the profiles. They turned out freaking amazing.
Tanner says, Jared, are you ever going to do like a preset pack for the XFX 3 like you did with the Helix?
I don't know, because I'd have to get an XFX 3 first, and I mean, maybe sometime in the future, I might do that. I don't know. I appreciate the question. I mean, maybe sometime in the future I will. We'll have to see. I mean, right now I'm officially on Line 6 Marketplace, but I have nothing up there yet because I have to upload everything, and I have to send them a couple more little things. But it's official. We just haven't. I got hired, but I haven't started the job yet. I'll just put it to you that way. I haven't shown up for my first day of work yet.
That reminds me, I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah, so I will have stuff up there soon, and I'm honored to be there because I thought that was really cool of them to invite me to do that. So I'm honored to be there. So yeah, so I'm just real busy with that, So maybe someday I'll be able to do that. We'll have to see.
That's it. We're caught up.
Yeah. So yeah, upcoming episodes again, the dial-in stuff with different amps, different gear, and I'm also going to be doing little tidbits for like when we're live, quick little tip videos, like how to do morph on the Kemper.
Potty break videos.
Yeah, little potty break videos. So how to morph on the Kemper. I'll just put that in here and put it up for you guys to watch. Maybe a cool little solo idea or something like that. I just got to have a day to just sit down and go, shut my phone off and just take the day and shoot a bunch of stuff and then edit it. That's the part I hate the most is the editing. I used to love editing, but now I don't like it anymore. It's just so much work. But I have to do it, so I got to sit down and do that. And one of these days soon, I'll have a lot of that stuff up for you guys. And then Fight Night, I think we're thinking about bringing Fight Night back, but it'll be a different format. So I have the where is that thing? The switch track, yeah, the head track switcher. So I can actually take 2 amps and put them up against each other on the show directly, by hitting a switch and just going back and forth between them. And we can find which amp sounds better to me anyways, maybe to you guys as well, listening out there in YouTube land. And then I can try to make, find the better amp and then make the one that, I guess, lost. We can put the improvements to it. We can okay, well, how do we improve this amp for people that have it? Like, how can we make this amp a little better? You know what I mean? Like, how can we dial it in or maybe add an EQ to it or, I don't know, something to at least help people that have that amp and love it go, well, I just saw my amp lose, but, he showed me how to fix it too. You know what I mean? It's like, here you go, you got to work your jab a little better. Okay, and then next time you fight, maybe it'll be a little more even. So just stuff like that. So it's more productive, and yeah, there's probably still a winner, but at the end of the night, we want the winner to be you. We want you to walk away with great information so that you can make more educated decisions on what you're going to buy or what you already have and how we can probably improve that. Just like with the Kraken, great amp, but when I compared it to a lot of my other amps, I found it to be it was kind of a dark amp, and it was missing that bite that I like so much. And so with the HX Effects preset that I made for it, added an EQ and slightly nudged the highs. In other words, I added a presence knob to it that it doesn't have, and now it's got that nice snap to it that I like. So it equalized that amp. So it's just stuff like that. So at the end of the night, everybody walks away with great information with what to buy or how to make what they already have better. So I thought we would do that, And basically the Fight Night would be pretty much me just shooting out 2 amps and giving you my honest opinion about it. So I thought that would be kind of cool where you can condense it and make it a lot simpler and more informational. And we'll do that with other gear too.
Words to the turds.
Words to the turds. Exactly.
All right.
With that, I'll take a drink here and let her talk.
Let me talk. I was going to wrap it up. It's about 9:00. We're caught up with the comments. Oh, let's see. There's one that slipped in here. How about a Line 6 Soundscape 101 primer? I don't know what that is. I know what the Soundscape is. Soundscape is our... No, that's a Stagescape.
Oh, Stagescape. Yeah. Sven says, good night. See you on the next time. Good night, buddy.
Good night,
Thanks
Sven.
for being here. Chicago Tile about a line. Yeah, we can do a Line 6 Soundscape.
Jen, you're still here? You made it, girl.
You made it, girl.
We're wrapping it up.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do something with the Line 6 Soundscape, Stagescape, because that really is, I'm not kidding you guys. if you're in a band and you're looking for a great PA to run practice with, in-ears with, or even a small show.
We keep saying that we're going to do an episode with it. We just have to sit down and put it together. You've been getting some incredible amps and stuff here, but recently, but we're going to have to
It's such an incredible piece of gear, and they're on sale, so if you guys, if you're on a budget, that's the best board to buy for the money. But we'll there's it's funny, there's so much stuff I want to do, but I'm constantly
boy just showed up.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
We were literally talking about you over dinner. Like, where's he been? And
she was asking me about you, dude.
Jared said that you guys are back in lockdown and you've been super busy and it's been super depressing, and man, I feel for you. I feel for that.
Yeah. That sucks.
We're hoping that we don't go backwards.
Yeah. Well, hopefully things will straighten out here. We
got some crazy new restrictions this past week. Our governor opened casinos, but then closed bars to...
Yeah.
Well, she restricted the number of people, 10. You can have 10 people at an indoor gathering now or something.
There's so many places going out of business.
But open the casinos.
Yeah. Yeah. Our governor's a moron. But she is. Idiot. But the thing is there's so many places going out of business right now because of her, and it's really sad, but, she grew up with a silver spoon in her mouth, so she doesn't have to worry about it. But everybody else, like hardworking people, like I'm a business owner, I'm a small business owner, like hardworking people like me that own business, it's tough. It's hard to make ends meet sometimes, so... Yeah. But that's the difference between, growing up with no perspective on that, you know what I mean, and not, so...
Well, it was good to see you in here, Helix Command Boy. Thanks for saying hi. And bye as well.
Exactly.
So we're getting ready to sign off.
Yeah.
Gravel Rock says he'll send you that clip.
Cool.
But we love spending our Sunday nights with you guys.
We do. We really do. It's great.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out for a couple of hours. It's always, again, the highlight of our week. Yes. And shall I say it or shall you?
Every day's a gift. And thank you so much for spending part of your gift with us. And it was an honor having you guys here. And was it Wednesday night? I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll figure it out. We'll have another fun night on Wednesday night. And look forward to hanging out with you guys again. And again, thank you so much for being here, because without you guys, we don't even have a channel. So seriously, it means the world to us. And visit ToneWars.com if you're interested in any Kemper profiles, and if you're looking for gear, go to motorcity.com. Just click the link in the description and shop around there. It's a great store. They got tons of stuff. You'll probably find all kinds of stuff there that you want. The gas never ends, so I mean, it's just the way it works, So
the
all right,
gas never ends.
That's right. All right, guys, thank you very much for being here, and we will see you all very soon.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye, everybody.